weird, but that's normal for them.
Yeah, it's normal.
It's normal.
Every day to day. Every day to day.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Unforgettable. So today we've decided we're going to do something a little bit different, and Noah's going to talk about what it's like to be African in Austria.
Yeah, what it's like to be an African in Austria.
I nearly said America, that's why I was like, stop.
I also almost say Australia. I almost said Australia, you know. So it's in Austria, by the way. Austria in Europe.
Austria.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind, if you are an Austrian watching this, or European, or whatever, this is not all Austrians that we're talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't mean all Austrians though. Any country that you go, you might find people that are not so nice, and you go to other people, you find people that are very nice. So it's everywhere. Yeah. So we are not talking about Austrians in general. We are talking about few of them. Just
Noah's experience while he was there, and just a little bit of a background. Noah arrived in Austria in 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
When a lot of refugees were coming into the country. So there was a lot of anti-refugees.
Oh yeah, anti-refugees.
Because I think of fear and things like that. And it was all very new. So Noah basically came in at that point. So just to keep in mind.
Yeah, this was in 2015 when there was like influx of refugees. Like a lot of refugees were coming from Africa, from Northern Africa, from Middle East and Asia and all that. So 2015 was a lot of refugees, you know.
Yeah.
We were sleeping in tents.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Austria doesn't have place for that lot of refugees there, so there was a lot. There was a lot of refugees.
So I think. Also, Noah was there for 4 years, so he's gone by the 4 years he was there. Hey, it could have changed within whatever. I think it's been only 8 months you've been here, right?
Oh yeah, I've been here
months.
for 8 months. I think 8 or 9 months.
So it could have changed, whatever. But this is what Noah's experience was. And yeah. Anyway, do you wanna? We'll start with the first point.
Oh yeah. So the first point is there is African community, you know, like, you know, African community in there, you know. So make sure you also find your community wherever you are. Like it might be, you know how Africa we have tribe communities.
Yeah.
Like for say, like if it is Gambians, we have Mandinkas, we have Fulas and all that. But it's like your Gambian communities can be any tribe, you know, whether Mandinka, Wolof, we all come together and find a community. Whilst I think in Nigeria, I think they have like Igbos and Hausas. I think they kind of separate a little bit. But I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah,
when I was there with Noah, we went and stayed. Went to this African shop in Salzburg. So we lived in Salzburg, and a lot of the Africans hanged out there, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And Noah made connections. Like, you just need to meet one and then you meet them all. Like, isn't that right, babe?
Yeah, it's true.
Because at the start he didn't know as many.
Yeah.
I think, what did you do? I think you must have, you met one of them.
Oh, I met one of them at the refugee camp that I shared. You know, after we have container houses, and I met him, and then I became friends with him, and then I know the Nigerian community. Like, we do stuff together. I am with them like 24/7 as if I'm Nigerian, or you know, yeah. But there was some few Ghanaians among us too, and one other Gambian guy too. Yeah. So yeah, it's nice if you can find your community out there. It really helps, you know. They might help you with job wise too, just like what happened here when I came to Australia.
Because Noah, because as a refugee, there's certain rules on working, and he couldn't do certain. He couldn't work. The only job he could basically do was sell papers.
Oh yeah.
Unless he went to the rural areas. So he got that job through a friend. Yeah. Which was lucky. So
yeah, it was lucky. Yeah.
Your community is important, and other Africans look after each other. Which is great, I think.
That's good.
All around the world. So yeah.
Yeah. And the second thing is food. Like where will you get the food is There is some halal food, and but even Austrian food is not that bad. But if you want your locally made food, there's few African shops or Indian shops or Asian shops. So it's Indian, Asian like Chinese or and you can also find African shops, by the way.
Yeah,
you can find African shops. You have to go to the locations and you can find them.
Yeah. We used to always go to the African shop. No, but like we have to go to the African shop in the city.
Yeah, in the city. Yeah,
and then because Salzburg was quite small, so it was limited. There wasn't any restaurant. Was there a restaurant? Only one, only that shop really.
Oh yeah, that shop.
Only that shop had like African food.
Yeah.
And it was hard to find all the ingredients. Like when Noah came here, he goes, I can find everything.
Yeah.
Whereas in Austria, he couldn't. So
yeah, I can take my bike and go to Sunshine, and there's a lot of African shops in there. So.
But also you can find everything. So even in worse, he's finding food that.
Oh yeah, similar, very similar, very
like
similar.
he can work with, like not all the food he needs, but some of it. But yeah, I think
here, even like Woolworths, of course, they have something called international, but basically it's like Indian and Asian.
Yeah.
You know why I say
Mexican
and Mexican too. You know why I said that? Because some of our food are similar when it comes to spices, and it's not exactly the same, but it's similar,
Yeah. So yeah, and also there was like lots of Turkish. There was a street. Turkish street, which a lot of the Africans would eat because it's halal.
Yeah, it's halal stuff and all that.
Because unfortunately in Austria they eat a lot of pig.
A lot of ham.
So that makes it hard, which we mentioned in our last video about Austria, which you should check out. But so. Yeah, anyway.
So the next one is renting. I think Africans always struggle when it comes to renting. They rent a house in Austria.
No,
it's hard.
It was hard. I remember when because I had left, and so I couldn't help Noah as much, and basically no one would give him a place.
Oh yeah, they won't give you a place. They think that they think that we're loud. We're gonna have huge parties, and we're gonna wreck the place and all that. Yeah,
and Noah was like desperate, and he was like trying to get me to call, and I was like, I can't even speak German. They know that I'm not German.
Yeah, sure.
So it was really hard, but we were lucky that Noah made a friend, and his wife was Austrian, and the wife helped him.
Oh yeah. I think it has something to do with you know how their friends see each other and they mock each other like, oh. Why you giving you give your house to her? You know how the word for schwarz means black. It means black. If you go to Austria, you're gonna hear that word like all the time.
Yeah.
They're gonna call you schwarz all the time. Even their kids, So if they see, maybe they'll be like, oh, you gave your house to the schwarze, and then it's kind of maybe the guy owning the house that maybe think that they're mocking him or what. Because you can see even if you meet them like group or whatsoever, like if you know somebody from football, because I used to play football in there, like he doesn't want to talk to you because his friends are around. Oh, how do you know this Schwarz? How do you know? Man, it's really
it was really horrible.
Really horrible in Austria.
So Noah had a horrible experience in Austria.
Yeah. Oh, you remember that day next to the student dorm, the guy that we saw was in the black jacket.
Yeah.
Actually, we play in the same team. Yeah. I came to him, one of my friends. I said, dude, I forget his name. I said, hey, how are you? You good? I was just saying hello, and I called his friend. He just pretend like he didn't even know me. And we're in the same team, the same football team, the same club.
It was horrible.
It was horrible, it was horrible.
And this is when we just started dating.
Oh yeah. Next to the dome. I think they have something going on.
No, was it? I thought it was at the club. Wasn't it near the club?
Oh no, that one was nice.
Oh, that's a different guy.
That's a different guy. That was a different guy. That guy was nice.
Yeah.
That guy is really nice. Yeah.
That was nice Austrian thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because one of my shoes doesn't fit. He's the guy that I'll be using his shoe. Yeah. Oh, that guy is really nice. Now I'm talking about the other guy.
Yeah.
Jacket on there, with the black jacket on there. So so I think they kind of feel wise about
Yeah, and there's lots of things like with the housing, like Noah always seemed to get a knock on the door at your house. Remember, people would report him for just being black. That was basically what it was. I will actually, there was one kid, because I went there on exchange, and he was from England, but he was black.
Oh yeah.
And he was here for like I think 2 months, and he just said, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's so racist.
Oh, was he the guy that write a full-on thing about it? Yeah.
I met him like once, and he wrote a blog. It even got in the news or something in England or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he was saying that this old man would call the cops on him.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
This is the kind of abuse as an African man or woman would receive in Austria.
Yeah, Austria.
And when you were looking for houses, we really struggled to find a place to stay.
Yeah, it's true.
Like the fact that he had to contact another Austrian to vouch for him.
Yeah. You have to like a guarantor to say that, oh, this guy is cool, there's no problem.
And then we had another place where he stayed because Noah was desperate to get out because he had a horrible roommate.
But even if you live in a neighborhood, you know how they used to park their bikes outside, like everybody parks their bikes there. I used to park my bike there, but every time I come out to collect my bike or anytime I'm coming out, it's always, you know, they have apartments. So they're always on their balcony, they full on stare at you and say stuff. So they're like, man, don't scare the crap out of you, I swear.
Yeah, because also Noah, firstly, when he left this, because he was so desperate to get out, he stayed at this one place, and it was one of those places that it was quite shady, but he just needed to get out. The guy got him to pay double.
Oh, yeah. So,
and even for that place, one of my mates, Hubert, helped get in the room. Because, you know, Noah was desperate to get out and I wasn't there. And it was horrible. He double charged him for nothing, and the room was horrible.
You have to be careful. You know,
as an African man and woman, it's very hard. And look, and in saying this also, this is Salzburg, and I think Salzburg would probably be worse than Vienna. I think maybe Vienna might be a bit more understanding, but
Salzburg, no. Yeah, it's true. The guy charged me like, what is it called? The price of the money that we agreed on for the house, and when I was moving out, like he doubled it because he knows that I was moving out. Yeah, when I came, I said, look, at the end of the month that this so end of the day I'm moving out, and then he added the rent. Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah, and like he found out later that people were paying like half the price.
Half the price, yeah. So I was paying more, and this is the size of my room.
And Noah was a refugee, and Noah was desperate, and Noah showed. And
I have to go around, look for people to, you know, be my guarantor, like other Austrians, which is really bad.
And I was lucky that like I'd made a few, and we had made a few friends while I was there, and that's the other thing too, when I started dating, a lot of Austrians were and Europeans, a lot of people were quite negative about Noah. And one of the girls later on, after getting to know Noah, because Noah's really smart, look at him, and he's gorgeous. But anyway, one of the girls ended up saying to me, was like, but he's not like the other Africans.
Yeah, that's racist.
I kind of like she goes, oh, he's a good one. And I was a bit put off by that, because that kind of made me feel like, well, you obviously just look at them and judge them first before you get to know someone. But a lot of them knew Noah, so they started to like him and get used to him. But like some of them were good. Like one of the guys, Michael was fantastic from the get-go, I think. He never judged you, did he?
No.
He was really nice. He was really nice.
Yeah.
So there's some that were not judgmental at all.
And I think Austrians in general, Austrians don't like people from outside. I don't think
it's not just
Austrians just want to be Austrian.
Yes.
Yeah, they just want to be Austrian. If you go there, that's the feeling you get immediately, like nobody's welcome
towards any nationality. So
any nationality.
It's not just I think Africans would get it the worst.
Oh yeah, definitely we get it at the worst. Like, man, you can be walking on the street, like, cause that's what I always want to say, like racism, you know. I mean, Europe was bad. Europe around 2015, and I think it's getting worse and worse.
Right.
You know, you can be walking on the street of Austria. There's some fellow people. There's some guys behind you, or some other people or girls. It can be, you know, Austria is like, oh, I'll go like, I'll say, oh, It can be guys or girls, anybody. They can be walking around behind you. That would scare the crap out of you.
You know what the worst was too? The people that actually looked after Noah, the way they treated him, they were people that looked after refugees. The people that were supposed to be more understanding. They treated him like dirt.
Yeah, they would just knock on the door,
One day, I remember when Noah was moving out, he was moving into another room. The woman said, well, you got an hour to pack, and stood over him for an hour.
Yeah, he just stands there.
I was furious because I was on the phone, but I couldn't do anything. And this was part of the struggle when we were on an LDR. Like, Noah
they
was
would knock on your door
through...
every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And I said, why are you guys knocking on the door? He said, you have nothing to say because you are a refugee.
Yeah.
That's the caretaker though. That's the caretaker.
It was horrendous. I couldn't believe the absolute. And then I remember we went away for a weekend, and he got permission from, because that's how it works when you're a refugee. You have to get permission to go away for a weekend. To go away, and anyway, and the guy found out that he went with me, and then went off at him and said, you have to come home now.
Yeah, you have to come home. If you don't come out, we're going to throw all your stuff out. Yeah, he says he's going to throw all my stuff out.
Yeah, it was horrific. Using their power against... Sorry, it just made me like... And this is not all Austrians. I'm going to keep saying that.
No, these are not
I met some really lovely Austrians that treated Noah fantastically. Like, there was one guy, Paul, in the characters... who was fantastic.
It's crazy. Austria, man, Austria, even as a black person, they won't let you in clubs, at the swimming pools. We have a occasion where they full on stare at me at the swimming pool.
Oh, that was scary.
Yeah, the old lady was saying, looking at me and saying stuff. I know that word in
And they
Austria.
kept coming up to us and
looking at us weirdly. One thing us to get.
It was hard. Anyway, we went, and like I remember we've been walking down the street. An Austrian guy saw us walking, was about to move, and then saw Noah wouldn't move.
Oh yeah,
he got a big elbow to the gut.
Oh yes, Sally punched him. I remember that. Sally hit him off the road. Yeah, he saw us and he wouldn't move out of the way. No?
It was horrible.
Yeah, they won't, man. Austria, it's crazy.
And then
and the other day we got attacked in the bus. You remember the guy? That day, yeah. And by the way, some other countries, like if it happens here, people will tell him off.
Yeah.
And by the way, the guy attacked us. The one drunk old man in the was saying racist things in German. And he was behind me, and then these 3 guys at the back were even giving him 5. I don't know whether they're drunk too or what happened. It's like young guys at the back, young Austrians. They didn't even stop. Everybody in the bus didn't say anything.
But that's
like this
the
guy.
other thing in Austria. They're not like Australians or Americans.
Yeah.
They don't come. No one sticks up for you.
No one sticks up. They all like it. Those 3 guys, you don't see it. They were just supporting him before they get off of the bus. They were supporting him what you're doing is good. Yeah, in German, and they walk off.
Because see,
they get off.
A lot of the time, which was sad, I didn't know what they were saying, or I guess if you haven't experienced racism yourself, you're not as aware. So Noah would later on tell me 5 minutes later that guy called me a black.
In German, in German,
stuff like that. And
I just let it go. I tell you, you see what that dude just tell me. They just look at you in the middle and call you. There was a lady with the kid, and he was pointing out, oh, this is that, and he was walking, and this is that, and he saw me. He said, and then Schwarze, they laughed and they walk off. And black man, and they walk off right inside my face. Man, that's rude ass. That's rude.
It was for Noah, it was really hard. And I think
if you tell people about this stuff, they won't believe it. Some Africans are sitting home watching this. If you tell them how Europe is, they'll be like, I wanna come, I wanna go. They don't know what it is. They would not know. But if they come, it happens to them. Like if you go in the streets of Austria, they won't even, some people, if you are alone on them on the street, they either cross on the other side of the road, or they start holding their belongings as if you're gonna rob them. It
was a horrible.
That's rude.
It was a shock for me. I think I never, because obviously I'm white and I've never experienced that, but
Yeah,
being with
yeah,
Noah,
yeah.
that was so obvious.
Yeah, always,
every
yeah.
day.
Yeah, every day.
We
every
never
day.
had one day that Noah didn't have racism like
Yeah,
directed
yeah,
at
yeah.
him.
Continuous,
We'd go to the
continuous.
shop, someone would yell out a SWAT word.
Yeah. Schwartz.
Yell out N words. I would hear it.
Yeah.
You know, we'd get stared at constantly.
Constantly, yeah.
Like it was just infuriating.
It's scary.
And yeah,
Very
it's scary. The fact that we got attacked on the bus, like I jumped in between them.
Yeah, like physical
And
attacks.
he kicked me, the guy.
Yeah.
He was, you know.
Yeah.
And Noah wanted to kill him after he kicked me. And Noah was like, "What did you do?"
I was strangled.
I had to take Noah off the bus before anything happened.
Yeah.
But it's.
But even the bus driver, you hear all that thing going on. You are a German, you are Austrian, and you hear all that guy shouting. You didn't even stop and go like, hey, don't do that in this bus.
And that's.
But he waited until the guy attacked us. He told all of us to leave the bus.
Exactly.
You were just sitting there. You were just sitting. Man. Now Austria. If you are African.
Don't go.
I don't. I don't.
It was horrible.
That's why when I was leaving and I look at my friends, man, I was teary, bro.
But it's also.
Man, I don't want anybody.
No,
This is not all Austrians, though. This is not all Austrians, but
yeah, and it's also Salzburg, so it might be different in Vienna. But from our experience, we met a few Africans born in Austria, so they're Austrians, and just the way, like, there was one person that her partner would say racist comments.
Oh yeah.
And she just took it, and I was shocked. And she obviously thought it was normal, and I thought, what?
Yeah.
I would never say anything like that to Noah, and the guy, I was shocked. I was like, that's your girlfriend, and you're saying racist things. She is black.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, I was disgusted, but that's normal for them.
Yeah, it's normal.
It's normal.
Every day to day. And you remember the day we went jogging to behind our house, not far from our house, and we were coming back because we were walking, and this old lady came out of the balcony up there, and he was with the blankets. He wants to hang them all. So he looked at us and say some words. You remember that day?
Yeah.
He full on attacked us and looked at us down there and say some nasty thing and looked at us.
It was normal.
Yeah,
and look,
gave us a dirty look.
It's not just Africans. Like, my friend, she's from the Netherlands, and someone attacked her because they thought she was German. How funny is that? That's just crazy. And someone attacked her and said racist comments on the bus. So, and also I've heard stories from other Europeans going into clubs and not being allowed in because they didn't speak German or they weren't Austrian. So it's not just Africans. It's just unfortunately.
I feel you like Austrians don't like people from outside.
No.
Yeah.
They just don't. And then
even your other friend from Greece that the bus driver said, oh, if you don't speak German,
get off.
Yeah. If you don't speak German, get
when
off.
I was there, Greeks were treated like crap. Because at that point, that was like 2015-16, that was when the financial collapse happened in Greece, and Europe was paying money towards them, and a lot of Europeans were angry. So they treated them like dirt.
It's true.
Austria, look, I loved my experience there because I met this one. But when I left, when we became LDR, long distance relationship, it was really hard for me because Noah would barely leave the house.
Oh yeah, it's true.
The racism.
And even at the football clubs, you don't even have much chance to play to the professional levels. If you join the football team, they will even pass you the ball. I was like, yo, I'm open, can you pass me the ball? They won't even pass you the ball. And that's what I saw. I was like, nah, I'm not playing for this. I'm not playing, soccer here or whatsoever. Join no teams and all that. Yeah.
So basically, it was really hard for both of us when we were apart, because I even found that when I was in the room, they treat him better. And which was crap. because I'm a white girl, and I think a lot of them thought I was Austrian. So they would treat him better, going, "Oh, I don't want to annoy the Austrian."
Oh yeah.
Like, it was so stupid. Like, it was. Do you remember that? Like, people would come up to me and speak German to me, and I'd be like, I'd speak a few words because obviously I lived there, but not much. I'm bad at languages. I'm not like Noah. And then when I started speaking English, I thought, "Oh, you're not Austrian." I go, "No," and you could see the change. But yeah, I just overall, like, even like we mentioned in one of our other videos, how one of my friends found out I was dating Noah and stopped inviting me to their get together. And I found out that he thought Noah was diseased because he's African, and I must be too, because I'm dating him, and I must have caught his disease. He wasn't Austrian, he was Italian, but I'm not saying this is just a rare, you know, there's, true. Like I'll say again, like, this is not everybody. Like, we found lots of great Austrians, and lots of great people in Europe who were invited to our wedding. Oh yeah. But but it wasn't great. And if you're going to choose a country to go to as an African, I suggest don't go to Austria. Oh, don't go to Austria. But I think, visit. I think visiting would be alright. Like, my view. But I think Austrians feel shy. You know how in my country you're supposed to look somebody in the eye? Yeah. Austrians don't. And I think they were supposed to be nicer, and they feel like shy people and all that. But I later realized that, oh, behind that all not looking inside my eye, I think they hate me. Yeah. I'm joking. But the other thing is, there wasn't all negative things. Like, we'd have an Afro night. That was what's called the African clubbing night. Oh yeah, every on Tuesday. So on Tuesday. But that's not even by Austrian thing. That is organized by. Oh, is it? I didn't know that. No, the DJ is. I think he's half Nigerian, half Austrian. Oh, go him! Good job. So he's That's not even organized by them. Yeah, but at least they had that. But Noah couldn't get into certain clubs. I couldn't get into certain clubs. I just I come with my friends, and it's either 3 of us, not more than 3 of us. Like me and my other friends. I don't want to say their names, but like one of my friends, we just go to the club, and then they say, because you guys are Africans, what they do for us is they ask for your ID, you know. Yeah, it's like, oh, here's my ID, and they look at you. They always want to come up with things that they always want to bring up something that they won't let you in, you know. They're letting him if he was with me. Oh yeah. Always. But when he went by himself, that also happened to me in Turkey. Like, they won't let you in Turkey. Like, if you are from America, you know, they'll let you in. If you're an African American at the clubs in Turkey, you just cruise in. They just let you in. Yeah. It's crazy. It's like, because you know why in Turkey, in Istanbul, is all these African Americans playing basketball there. You know. So they always let them in. They don't let them cruise in. Oh, he's an American. They let him in. But if you come like me to the door like an African, they will say no. But so also, I would like to mention, they also did have refugee things. So they would have events where people would come and meet the refugees. Oh yeah, it's called meet and greet. Yeah, meet and greet, which was good because there was a lot of good Austrians that Noah met. So not all bad, and they treated him with respect. So if you like this video, thank you. So if you like this video, make sure you tap on likes, and make sure you subscribe and the comments, you know. And yeah, we want to hear more experience that anybody has experience out there, or maybe in Austria, in other country and all that. Yeah, please. So this just happened to us. This is we are not attacking nobody. We don't want to offend nobody, but this is just our own thinking. And by the way, it's not all Austrians are racist. You know, there's a lot of nice Austrians out there too. So, this was just Noah's experience. Yeah, that's just my experience, you know. I'm not saying it's all Austrians are like that too. Yeah, and also remember, it was Salzburg, so... Yeah, Salzburg, it might be different, you know. It might be different in Vienna, Graz, or Linz, or... But that was the general... And also remember, that was in the time when a lot of refugees came, so it might have something to do with that. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, man. Thanks, man. See you, see you guys. Bye.